Hey, what's up YouTube? How's everybody doing? This is Carlos with Reef, and it feels like forever. So it's probably been about a month now that I've uploaded a video to YouTube, and to be honest with you guys, I wasn't gonna upload anymore. I've been really busy, so for those that didn't know, we had a baby. So my daughter was born on July, so I was, at home helping my wife out with everything. And then after that, I had bought a piece of land in Mexico. So a couple weeks ago, I was actually in Mexico. I just got back, I think almost 2 weeks ago. I went to Mexico for that, to take somebody so they could quote me how much it will cost for me to build a house over there, because it would be nice, having a house in another country, especially if things are a little bit more affordable, and then in the future you could retire. So I've been busy with that, and also I started a new job. So I work in the HVAC industry, and I used to be in residential. Now I transitioned to commercial and industrial, which is way different, better paid, but it is harder. So I've been busy with all that stuff, and yeah, I wasn't gonna make no more videos, but lately in these past days I've noticed that I started to get subscribers. I don't know what was the last count of subscribers I had, but we finally reached 500. Not only 500, YouTube telling me that I have 504 at the moment. So that actually indicates that people are watching my videos, or if somebody came across one of my videos, they were interested in what they saw and they subscribed because they want to continue watching those type of videos. So I was like, hey, why not give YouTube another try? I still have my tanks, and to be honest guys, I was thinking of leaving the hobby. Not only YouTube, but I was thinking of leaving this hobby. I thought to myself, hey, they consume too much of my time. I know I enjoy the hobby. I enjoy washing the fish, washing corals, freshwater, salt water, everything that has to do with the hobby. I like watching it. I like owning it, having it, getting my hands wet, looking at other people's video on YouTube, people that have ponds. I would like to have a pond myself. But then I was like, you know what? It's a little bit too much time consuming. My electric bills are up the roof. I pay and I'm telling you, it's personal stuff, but I pay like $400 in my electric bill. That's a lot of money. And one of the reasons is because of my fish tanks. Not just because the fish tanks themselves, but I'm technically outside of my house. All we did were basically put 2 walls to make this a closed room. So this is where I'm at. It's basically the outside laundry. They closed it. It's not insulated, so you guys will see. You guys will imagine how hot it gets here. So I had bought a portable AC, and I thought, hey, maybe that's gonna work, but no, that portable AC didn't work. I'll just have it running, and it wouldn't bring the temperature no more than 85 Fahrenheit when it was like 90 something outside. I know the reason for that, it was technically because of the insulation and the system. Even though it was rated for 500 square foot, it's a portable AC, guys, with a small condenser and stuff like that, with small coils. So it's not gonna be working like the conventional systems that people have in their house that are like 2.5 to 7 tonnage systems. Anyhow, so I was like, that's consuming too much electricity. I'm paying too much money to keep this hobby. And I was thinking of selling all the corals, all my fish tanks, for freshwater, salt water. I shut down one of the 20-gallon innovative marine tanks that I have. It's still outside. I haven't even put it up for sale because I've been so busy. But I have tried to put corals, fish for sale, and no luck. People do not want to waste money right now due to what's going on with the economy, inflation, the pandemic, and everything that's going on around the whole world. So people do not want to waste money, and I understand it. It is not the time right now to sell. people are not buying stuff. Maybe in some locations they are, but here where I live, Central Valley, they're not. I tried to sell the 55 gallon that I had. I don't know if you guys ever watched that video. I have a 55 gallon, it's basically brand new. I shut that thing down, one, because it is trim, so it's not a rimless like this, it's not an all-in-one, and I didn't like that. So I was like, let me go to a low iron class, just like the one here. You know, once you get like things, you own things with good quality, you want to continue to have that type of things around you. So that's what I'm so used to, so that's why I took that tank down. But yeah, so I was like, you know what, this whole time when I was in Mexico, before I left to Mexico, I put up all these things for sale. So the only thing that was actually people were interested were my jawbreaker, which they did give me a deposit, but they live like 2 hours away. I was supposed to meet them halfway. When I got back, I was like, more people buy corals, then yeah, it's worth it to make that trip. But nobody did. So you know what? I refunded that person their money back, and I told my wife, you know what? I'm gonna just keep my tanks. I already have them. Why am I gonna sell them? I know I can sell them, but if I do, it's gonna be like for really cheap, and I'm gonna lose all the money I invested in them. Not technically, it's not investing, but all the money, you know, that I put in the tanks on my hobby. So I know it's an expensive hobby, but it's really enjoyable. So I told you, you know what? I'm gonna just keep them, and slowly but surely, I'm gonna get rid of this tank here, and then have everything there, and we'll see what happens with the freshwater tank. I like the freshwater tank, but I'm still having issues with it, which later on in this video, I know it's like a long introduction. We're like 7 minutes in the video. But I'm gonna give you guys an update on all the tanks, what's been going on and things like that. But with the introduction, I just want to let you guys know what's been going on with me. Been busy, like I said. My daughter was born. I left to Mexico. I got a new job, and you know, I didn't see you know, my channel, you know, growing, or people. It's not even about the channel growing. It's basically, like I told you guys previously, I made my channel to build a community, to have more interactions with people with the same passion that I do. I didn't see that, but like I said, lately I've seen a growing number of subscribers. We passed 500 subscribers. So I was like, let me give it another try. And again, I sound like a broken record repeating the stuff, but sometimes, you know, we need twice, you know, to say the same thing so people could understand. Because sometimes we're just watching stuff or going by life, and we do not see the first time things happen. So it takes like 2 times, 3 times, so that we could, you know, get a hold of whatever's going on, or, you know, whatever wants to get our attention. So yeah, this is an introduction and my explanation why I haven't been active in YouTube. It's been about 1 month, like I said. But again, enough talking, enough saying some of my personal stuff. Let's begin with the update on the fish room. Boom. Alright guys, let's begin with the update on all my tanks, and let's begin with the Red Sea Reefer, or the Red Sea Max E170. Alright guys, so not a lot have been going on with this tank. I actually just did a water change yesterday, and the lights probably turned on within an hour. So, you know, the corals are still not opened. Well, not most of them. So, just this week, guys, this past week, we had like a tremendous heat wave. It was literally 5 days straight where all the temperature was above 100. It even broke records here in Northern California. It was, I believe 116 Fahrenheit, so that was really hot. So I have lost some corals, and I'm gonna say right away, guys, I lost that hammer right there. So I gotta remove it. Again, I had a freaking portable AC here, but it didn't help at all bringing down the temperature. I do have a temperature probe, so I was keeping an eye on it, and sometimes, guys, the temperature got up to 86 Fahrenheit. To cool it down, I had this fan, where I still have it. But yeah, that's the only loss that we had in this tank, is that hammer. Now these right here are my digitata corals, and like I told you guys, I always had bad luck with them. I don't know why, and it's my fault. I do not test or anything, and I don't know if it's light or what it could be, but they are not doing well. Besides that, guys, my OPS are doing good. They have recovered their color. I know this video is not making things justice because they are more colorful than they look in the video. This one right here is green sands with a purple tip. So, and then on the side of it, it's a bicolor hammer, which, you know, it has recovered its colors. And the other one, I believe it's a splatter hammer. Then down here we have the green frog spawn, which is doing good. Underneath it we have the sun-kissed bounce mushroom, which is doing good. And on the right side we have a kryptonite mushroom. Been having this thing for a while, but me moving things around always don't allow it to grow. And then we have the Superman mushrooms here with another sun-kissed bounce with the golden gonzos right underneath it. And then right here next to it we have the OG bounce. I'm gonna try to give you guys a side view of it. And I know right now this video does not make these corals justice because the corals are just waking up. So these lights just turned on not that long ago, less than an hour. And next to the other sun-kiss, as you guys can see, I just noticed there's another baby sun-kiss there. So yeah, and then right here we have the lactis coral, which it's opening up. It has grown, you know, it's doing well. And then let me see. Then over here we have the jawbreaker. This thing's gonna be beautiful once it grows up. And yeah, this is the one that people were trying to buy, but it's not worth it. Not just sell one thing. If I had to sell things, it has to be multiple things, not just one. Mandarin goby still doing well, or dragonet, however people call it. There's another random mushroom there. And yeah, my tank has a bunch of hair algae. And then we have a spicy lemon fabia right there, looking really pale. And then, oh, there has some growth to it. So I just noticed that right there next to that hammer that, you know, it's attached itself to the frag plug. Then we have the dragon soul fabia, looking good. And then underneath it here I have a wild caught indigo torch. Again, the video doesn't make it justice, but again, it's not the most beautiful indigo torch. And then we still have our black storm clownfish living his life. And yeah, nothing new. I haven't added anything because I was, like I said, thinking of selling everything, but I'm just gonna keep everything. Slowly I'll start adding things and removing things that don't look right, that do not fit in. This power head is due for some cleaning, filled with algae, so I gotta dip it in some had to dip it in some vinegar. All right, let's move on to the other saltwater tank, and one of the twins wants to say hi.
Hi.
So let me jump into this. All right, so this is the 20-gallon innovative marine Peninsula tank, and this is basically the tank that holds all the corals that I do not want. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this gold nugget maroon. He is beautiful. You know, gold nugget maroons are one of my favorite. The same thing with the black storm when they came out. I always wanted one, and I'm still indecisive of what I'm gonna do with this guy. So it was basically which fish I was gonna keep, or just, you know, if I was to keep this fish, then, you know, that'll be good as well. That'll be the only purpose of me still having this tank, just because of that gold nugget maroon. He is beautiful. It's a fish that I always wanted when I got into this hobby. Anyhow, so like I said, there was a heat wave and I lost a coral. As you guys can see, that hammer right there, it was thriving. So all the LPS that you guys saw previously, they were all doing bad. They lost their colors. and I don't know why, but most likely it was my fault. And you know, over time, like the ones I just showed you guys, they are recovering the colors. But yeah, this one was recovering as well, but not like the others. But still, I had it in this tank because I knew, you know, it could have survived. But because of the heat wave, guys, you know, it killed it. Anyhow, we have a Aiken too that it's thriving. At one time, it was really small, smaller than how it is today. And you know, he was stung by a hairy mushroom, but now it has grown. And then we have candy cane as well. It used to be bigger, but it got stung by the hairy mushroom. And then we have this trumpet coral, and it's doing good. We have a piece of spicy lemon fabia in the back. We have a bunch of red discosomas, just, you know, being in the sand bed that I'm trying to rehome. And then, you know, a bunch of hairy mushrooms and more red discosomas. Back there we have a Duncan coral and some green star polyp that got attached to that rock. And the only thing that has changed here is probably the Waymaker. I had a smaller one, but it wasn't doing its job, and I lost an enemy. So that's an update. I did lose an enemy that I had here. Fortunately, I never had luck with anemones or digitatus. But yeah, that is the update for this video. Everything that is here is basically gonna be rehomed. I forgot I do have a dotty back, purple dotty back, and he just went behind the rocks. But yeah, the only one that I really like here is just the golden nugget maroon clownfish. Besides that, probably the dotty back too, I'll save him. But the corals are all the corals that I am rehoming. But if I was to keep this tank, it's the only reason for it would be because of that gold nugget. One thing, guys, that I am going to tell you guys is that I was talking to my wife about, you know, moving the red tea inside the house, and if that was going to happen, I was going to shut these two tanks down because, you know, it gets too hot here, and then I have paid so much money or wasted so much money on my electric bill because I had that one portable AC that never did its job. And then, you know, if I have it inside, you know, I'll be taking care of it more. But to be honest, one reason I don't have it inside the house because of the blue light. I have little kids, children, and I don't want them to be staring at the blue light. You know, it's bad. That's the only reason they're not inside the house. So, you know, fall's coming, then winter, but we'll see how the temperatures are in this room by then. If a heater, you know, works, then I'll probably just leave them here, but probably move them inside by next summer for sure. But they might be here for winter and fall and spring, but we'll see summer how it goes. Anyhow, last tank to give you guys an update is my 30-gallon Iridium Marine tank. So things have changed here. One, a bunch of algae started to grow, and I think it's because I removed the houseplants. For those that watched the videos before, I had a bunch of houseplants here. You know, they were growing, got beautiful, but then it just got all messy. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna remove them. That's what I did. And once I removed them, guys, I guess they were the ones eating all the nutrients. You know, that basically gave the green light for the algae to grow, and it started to cover all that Java fern and the stem plants, and it just basically killed all my plants. So most of the plants that are here now are actually in my 6-gallon Inner Marine frag tank that I had set up, that I had inside the house. So I shut that tank down because, you know, I'm trying to limit how many tanks I have, downsize. And that tank I actually had a Cory catfish, which I don't know if it's one of these peppermints here, but I put them inside this tank, and I put all the plants there, and that's why it looks so flush. And the sand here, you can see the other one right here is just darker, right here is lighter. There were two different lights, different environments, and the newer sand, which not newer, it's just, you know, the new sand introduced to this tank is the one above it, and it gives it that color. Now for this plant right here, the lily plant, you know, tiger lily, it has grown. I was questioning why hasn't it grown any of these right here, And finally it did. That's pretty awesome. That gives me memories of way back when I had a Planet tank, like the first tank that I had. And yeah, I like that. Looks nice, beautiful, awesome. And then the Amazon Sword, they're not doing that great. So this is a low tech, medium tech Planet aquarium. I do have, you know, nice lights, the airplane fresh waters, but I am not dosing, or I do not have no rich nutrient substrate, and I have no CO2. The only thing I'm doing is basically root taps. That's about it. All the fish are doing good too, big and healthy. I was having issues with you know, ick, but I did treat this tank with Ick X, and it has done a good job. No, I haven't lost no fish. I have right here my German blue. Before I used to have really bad luck with these fish, but this little guy has been in my tank for a while. He's cool to watch. Same thing with the rummy nose. I mean, with the neon tetras and the cardinals. They are doing well. I used to have rummy nose, but they ended up jumping out tank. Then I have my pack of peppermint cory cats. There are 4. It's pretty cool. These are pretty cool fish. Any cory cat fish, in my opinion, are really interesting and active fish. Then my discus, I thought I was gonna rehome them, but look, they're still here. They're not that skittish anymore, so that is good to know. This guy is probably hungry, that's why he's in the front. Same thing with this big discus that I have here. Beautiful, hungry, most likely wants me to feed him. And then we have right here that albino swordtail fish. Beautiful fish, looks so stunning on with the green plants. I've seen a fish like this before, but bigger with its long fin. Looks stunning, looks great. But yeah, all these tanks, guys, look perfect, look beautiful in person. And I think that's just tanks in general. No video will give justice to any tank on how they look in person. But personally, the fresh water is just more vibrant, in my opinion, because of the green, the color and everything. I'm more like a freshwater guy. But yeah, anyhow, that is it for this video. I know not a lot of things have been going on or changed. I hope you guys enjoyed this update and my reason for not being active on YouTube. And to be honest with you guys, this video is basically going to tell me if I'm going to keep this channel or not. So I'm going to see with the views on this video. If I don't see, you know, this video, my son wants to say what's up, but he's forgetting he's on his boxers. Anyhow, I'm, you know, talking to him at the same time I'm making a video. So this video is basically going to tell me, you know, the interactions that people have with this video, or the reaction. And if I see it growing in views, and I see that my subscribers grow, then hey, I might make another video. And if I don't, this might be the last video, or I'll save my good vibe video. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully till later. I am out. Peace.